A friend of mine tipped me off to this, and I'm not going to watch the whole thing right now because, again, I would like to devote time to, like, potentially just deconstruct this entire idiocy right here. Because Sneako versus Alex Jones, did we ever think that this was going to be a debate? There's a clear winner in this conversation, to be perfectly honest, right? I mean, come on. One's Alex Jones and one's Sneako, right? But it's just... This is just fucking ridiculous. It's like Alex Jones making fun of Sneako and Islam is genuinely the funniest thing on the internet right now. He's not wrong, right? I mean, like... Just this 2-minute clip, right, is just absolutely just... This has got to be one of my my favorite recent Alex Jones bug out moment, to be perfectly honest. Just listen to this.
The manifesto, they're Mexican white nationalist cat boys. So okay.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Well, stuff like that is...
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says, and then stab you in the back?
So yeah, he's referring to a Quran verse that says, "O Muslim, do not take the Jews or the Christians for friends, for they are friends of themselves, and whoever amongst you takes the Jews and Christians as friends is instead a friend of those Jews and Christians." Right? So it's not even that you can't be friends with Jews and Christians, but you can't even be friends with people who are friends with Jews and Christians. So again, Alex Jones is just objectively right about this.
The Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a Shiite with you and we take swords and cut our heads, and for 8 hours I just march you like...
That's wrong. That's wrong.
This is another actual practice that's done by Shiites, again, which is, again, so funny, because, like, Sneako is just either deceptive or he has no idea. To be fair, it's Sneako. It's very likely he doesn't know shit about Islam, to be perfectly honest. But it's also a pretty biting commentary, because I'm pretty sure Sneako is almost certainly a Sunni. Right, and very likely he doesn't have a very high opinion of Shias, to be perfectly honest. I don't know that much about the guy. He's always been like a Muslim LARPer to me. Hello, Kura. Like, he's always been a Muslim LARPer to me. I don't think he... Honestly, like, I don't know whether or not he's doing taqiyya or if he's just retarded, right? It could be both. But, yeah. Sneako is not exactly someone I would put as a authority on Islam, right? Again, maybe I should actually start doing Quran readings on stream at some point, and that way we can deconstruct the entire religious text, you know, chapter by chapter. But, you know, that's for a time when I'm not hacking up a lung, right? But yeah, no, Alex Jones is, again, pointing to another real practice that is, again, mostly Shia, but yeah.
That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? Small...
Which, by the way, that is going to lead into a secondary subject we're going to talk about later. For one of the other, what would you say, false right-wing, I don't know if Sneako's a grifter. I think he probably is. But I genuinely don't know. I think he could actually be just that retarded. But we're going to talk about someone else related to the Erica Kirk situation because there's a lot to say about it. And I'm not very happy about the entire situation at all, especially how people are acting about it. But yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there.
Minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Also, by the way, notice that that's a deflection, right? It's like, oh wait, yeah, don't instead of criticizing me, let's look at what they're doing, right? Which, by the way, doesn't actually address the criticism directed to you in the first place, right? It is an active deflection against what the claim made against you, right? It doesn't actually prove the claim false. So yeah, it's just...
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky...
Allahu Akbar!
Sneako!
Allahu Akbar!
Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Like, what in the... It's just like, what more cartoonish reaction could you just give to, like... Again, someone taking the piss out of you to just go screaming Allahu Akbar, right? And look, his fucking nose even flares up when he's doing the scream.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport
You
me?
gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes
knocked
you
out.
think you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh?
Well, I mean, I agree with Alex Jones that Sneako should absolutely be denaturalized and deported if he is not an American citizen, right? I don't know if he is an American citizen, but we also covered that apparently I was wrong and that American citizenship is actually more restrictive than I initially gave it credit for, which is a good thing, by the way. Yeah, no magic soil makes you an American, which I never believed in the first place, but yeah, oh no, it was the case law I was wrong about, not the citizenship criteria itself. My brain is still a little foggy, right? Is this serious? I have no fucking clue. Like, obviously, like, Sneako agreed to meet Alex Jones, and I'm not entirely sure, but I don't imagine these two actually like each other. I mean, you can have fun taking the piss out of each other, but it's like, I wouldn't think about these people like actually liking each other, to be perfectly honest.
You can't stop me. I'm
I
coming.
know. Then tell me.
Coming.
Like, it's like, I'm coming. And that fucking smile and he's like, oh yeah, gesture with a decapitation gesture. Oh yeah, it was subtle, right? He's like, deport me? I'm gonna kill you. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? Oh my god. But yeah, no. If Sneako is not a American citizen in like that, he then yeah, or rightfully, like obviously, like if we're talking about him getting an unmerited citizenship, like he got it out of like bad practices, so it's illegitimate, then he should immediately be denaturalized and deported as well. But yeah, no, it's like if he is a naturalized American citizen, I think he should probably be denaturalized and deported.
I'm coming. Durka Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The women.
Takbir!
The slavery that we take the women as sex slaves, and
And inshallah, inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Alex Jones's mic, to be perfectly honest. What in the fuck? Isn't this considered a death threat? I mean, possibly. I don't know Sneako enough to know whether that's the kind of joke he makes. Kura says, I mean, the Communist Control Act should be enough to arrest Sneako. You would think so, but you know, what a freeze frame to have Alex Jones on. I might have to go in later and just like crop that as like a fucking reaction face. But yeah, it's again, but what Alex Jones is saying, these are actual things, right? It's like, again, you could take sex slaves of the people you conquer. Yeah, that's a thing that was practiced by Muhammad himself. Muhammad even has a revelation in the Quran that any woman, that the wife of any man who is defeated in battle, his marriage is automatically nullified. Therefore, his soldiers can't be convicted of adultery when they rape the wives of their captives. It's like, yeah, no, he's pointing to real practices. I don't know what the fuck is going on with his mic, though. the fucking look on Sneako's face is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have.
Durka Durka.
Again, the cousin marriage thing is a real thing. Mid-nut mouse be true. God damn it. Priceless, right? But, I mean, again, the cousin marriage thing is a real thing that has been absolutely detrimental to the Muslim world. Cousin marriage is so common. Again, it's actually affected it is legitimately affected the generational intelligence of a lot of Muslim communities, right? Because it turns out when you consistently marry, you know, within the family, right, that has detrimental effects to the intelligence of your offspring, right? Like, we all know this. Like, there is a reason why even when like cousin marriages were allowed in Europe, it was never first cousins. Like, even second cousins was like really frowned upon, right? You had to get to like third and fourth cousin as like maybe this could be allowed in like European societies. Like, that's what, you know, we're talking about like before, again, these deleterious effects were actually understood. And people already had a sense of like, now you probably shouldn't be marrying your cousin, right? So what exactly is the excuse? Well, I mean, there is an underlying logic in Islam about like resource allocation, but and then again, in Islam, your daughter isn't really part of your family. She's actually part of her future husband's family. But you know, we can digress from that point. Okay.
Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you are the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad.
Bad Islami. What the fuck am I listening to? Jesus Christ.
Bad Abraham say, you are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown and marry cousin. Bye-bye, Sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
I'll see you tomorrow.
stop killing.
His name.
Just again, Alex Jones is pointing to a real thing. Again, it's like the Islam basically claims authority from the line of Ishmael, right? The non-favored son of Abraham instead of Isaac, right? But then again, Islam doesn't actually understand the whole child by faith, not child by blood type that was actually, even in Old Testament, biblical, in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, as it's called, right? So.
Him is a sneaky Sneako snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
So apparently this wasn't like this didn't ruin their relationship, apparently, right? Because it's like, I'll see you tomorrow, right? Like, apparently that didn't ruin their relationship because it couldn't have been that bad in like Sneako's eyes, right? To not just cut off ties with Alex Jones just right there. Alex Jones went pretty fucking like heavy-handed in there. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty deserved, to be perfectly honest. I have been seeing a lot of Japanese people lose any patience with Islam in Japan, which is a well-welcomed white pill, to be perfectly honest. They're learning way faster than the rest of the world did that you don't tolerate Islam because Islam will not tolerate you, right? But yeah, just what the fuck did I just watch? Right? Again, it's like maybe I'll go and watch the whole thing because there's probably a lot to comment on, but I'm still currently recovering from getting my ass kicked by the weather, so I'm gonna save this for another day. But good fucking lord, man. That was just like outlandish. And yeah, I have seen Nuxtaku's commentary on this thing. And yeah. You know what? Since we're here, fuck it. Let's actually watch Nuxtaku's commentary. Right? We'll get a 2-for-1 in this one. That way I also have a thumbnail to put in my thumbnail.
Sneako is having a really bad day. Apparently, Alex Jones just humiliated him in a debate. And also, and even better than that, he thinks that Israel is coming after him. He thinks that he's under attack by the Matrix. Everyone wants him deported, only because he wants to jihad America to death. That's the only reason why. That's the only thing he did, and all of a sudden people are against it. It's so weird. It's so weird that people don't like the idea of him jihading us to death. It's wild. So people didn't like that. Alex Jones humiliated him. Everyone's going after him. He's freaking out that Argentina defeated Egypt. in soccer, which is hilarious. Again, saying that Israel manipulated the outcome. Dude, I'm telling you, these people.
This is one of the things that I also find really, really fucking frustrating when talking specifically about these groups, like, because this is one of the things you'll notice about like communists and Muslims is, oh shit, I'm blocking Nux, is that they engage in a lot of magical thinking, and I personally cannot stand magical thinking, right? I do not really tolerate it. But I have to explain magical thinking all the time because apparently a lot of people find magical thinking very, very persuasive, much to my chagrin, right?
People are incredible. They're actually incredible. So first we got to see the meltdown.
You know who else said it identical to Laura Loomer? This one here. If Trump deports Sneako and Hassan Piker, I'll vote Republican in the midterms. Did they all get a script?
Patriot. Absolute patriot.
Elon, Laura Loomer.
And I've seen this too in the other thing that I was talking about that we're going to touch on later. It's like random commenters just getting asked, it's like, oh, so how much did you get from Bibi for that comment? It's like, my guy, is a person not allowed to, literally everyone I disagree with is a Mossad agent, right? Just, what the fuck are we on about?
All saying exactly the same thing at the same exact time.
Oh my God. You said you wanted to jihad all of America, and then literally every single right-wing person on the internet wanted you deported. Wow, this sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Alex Jones, Mexicans, It's like Mossad sent them an email and said, "Say this publicly."
Yes, notoriously, Mossad. You know, my favorite thing is being like the Jews. They are all doing all of the immigration. All the immigration comes for the Jews. Now, to be fair, a lot of woke Jews fucking suck. And
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, again, even in Judaism, and the Jewish community, there's a lot of magical thinking that can be extremely dangerous. They might, and they will probably be talking about this because if I remember correctly, he mentions a period in Jewish history that was really traumatic for the Jewish community, right? The Shabtai Tzvi incident. But we'll discuss that when we get there. But yeah, no, there's literally in a lot of these communities, it's like reality didn't go our way, therefore we're a victim. Why? How are you a victim? Oh, we didn't get our way. What? Sneako just trying to copy Hassan? Possibly. I mean, if that's the case, again, boat them both back to whatever third world country they come from, I guess, right?
Are some of the biggest bitches in society. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny it at all. Also, the Pope is pro-immigration, by the way, but let's not get into that.
Okay, so the Pope is not actually pro-immigration the way that a lot of people are staging it. In fact, actually, he has gone on record saying that nations have the right to actually have borders and to actually patrol and enforce their borders, right? Consistently speaking, this goes with Francis, this goes with John Paul II, this goes with the current Pope, the current Pope, this goes with Pope Pius, all of them. They consistently get taken out of context because no one actually wants to read the fucking encyclicals and bulls that they actually write, right? They oftentimes just rely on things that are possibly said, like, off cuff, when you're not, when you're just caught off guard and asked a question, right? Which don't hold any kind of authoritative statement, power in the first place in the Roman Catholic Church. Instead of actually reading the documents that are, actually have possibly some ex cathedra, backing. And usually when you actually read the actual documents as written, it's like, oh, that's actually not what people were saying it said at all, right? It's a very consistent trait. Let's see. So Sneako was raised Catholic but converted in 2023. Well, we're not exactly saying that he is the smartest, person in the world. In fact, at this point, I'm pretty sure he's competing for the opposite prize. But, yeah, no, so the whole Pope thing is wildly misconstrued.
So the Jews are trying to get Muslims into Western countries, and Sneako thinks that the Jews are trying to get him deported?
Some ethnic Jews are, but not a lot of these people are actually religiously Jews. So yeah, no, there are bad actors in every group, and even if all of the Jews per se, right, were actually trying to coordinate to destroy the Goyim, right, they wouldn't be able to. They would be outnumbered literally hundreds to one, right? The funny thing is like everyone's saying, the Jews control the world, right? It was like. It's so ridiculous because like if the Jews actually control the world, they basically took over the world without anyone noticing, right? They would be the master race if this is the case. Now that's patently ridiculous. I don't believe the Jews are the master race. So it's like I just have to reject the whole idea that the Jews control the world in the first place, right? It's actually more likely that there is this interlocking web of people with similar goals because they with similar but distinct goals that understand that they can work together for a short-term benefit that they can, that they mutually benefit on, and then they can kill each other afterwards, right? Like that makes much more sense. But I digress, right?
Like, are we acknowledging the comedy?
Like again, I've made an entire video about like bad actors in Chabad, bad actors in like in the American government, which are commonly called Zog, but they're actually just dispensationalists. I've made a video on specifically again bad actors in the Iran, the 12ers who want to actually cause the end of the world to bring about the end of the Mahdi, right? Just take that one conflict for example, right? The Jews don't exactly have to control everyone. If there's 3 different factions who all want the same thing, the end of the world, and the way that they see to do that is to cause chaos in the Middle East, right? You have you have specific Chabad Messianics who want to bring about the coming of the Messiah, and the way that they want to do that is through ushering in a great war that they believe will herald is coming, right? So how do you do that? Oh, we cause war in the Middle East, right? But then you have dispensationalists, right? It's like, oh yes, we want to usher in the second coming of Christ, but he's not coming fast enough, right? So how do we do that? Oh yes, we must increase bloodshed. And yes, some of the dispensationalist authors that were really big actually said things along this line. So we must actually increase bloodshed in the Middle East to destabilize the world, cause a great world war, and usher in the coming of Jesus Christ, right? Literally these different motivations in the sense that they want two different end results, but ultimately speaking, they benefit by cooperating with each other. And then finally, you have in Iran, again, the Twelvers and the Khomeinists, right? It's like, ah, yes, we want to herald the coming of the Mahdi, but the Mahdi isn't coming fast enough. So we have to, again, cause destabilization across the world, chaos. That way the Mahdi can come back, can return, and then Islam can conquer the entire world, right? Again, very similar goal, but this different from what the Chabad extremists and the dispensationalists want. But again, they benefit by cooperating to make chaos in the Middle East more extreme, right? And long lasting. You don't need a singular power to control everything, because you have three different groups that are motivated towards a similar but distinct end, and therefore actually benefit from feeding each other's monsters, right? Okay, hold on. I'm not going to speak. I'm just going to glow. Fair enough. And it's not like, again, the communist doesn't exactly benefit from this either, right? Like, if America is wasting its money and spending itself into debt slavery through these endless wars, right? Then guess what? The communist wins, because the communist wants to see the United States collapse, because the two great enemies of communism, historically speaking, have been the United States as a representative of capitalism, and the Vatican City, which has been a representative of like historical Christianity, right? So they want to see, and in fact, they actually attacked both of them. They subverted most of the structures in the United States government and culture, and a lot of the structures and organizations in the Roman Catholic Church, right? Neither have been technically defeated yet. There's still time to pull back, to undo the damage. But it looks like the Catholic Church might actually get that done faster than the United States. I'd rather we get both of them back, to be perfectly honest. But, it's going to be a long, hard fight, because people still don't want to actually see all the communist subversion in the United States. So, again, we have like 4 different doomsday cults, right? We got fucking Chabad Messianism, dispensationalism, which is allegedly Christian. We have Khomeinism, which is, Twelver Islam. And then we have Marxism, which is allegedly atheistic, right? And they all want to bring about the end of this world to herald the next world. And again, yeah, guess what? They all benefit from from cooperating with each other. You don't need Jews control the world, because everyone's already incentivized to fucking to cooperate with each other. And yeah. So, yeah, I don't need to posit the Jews as a master race to explain all this fucking bullshit that's going on across the world, right?
Demonize Sneako, and they all just repeated, and they got.
We don't need to demonize you. You decided to worship a pedophile demon, so that's okay. That was all you, actually. You made that decision.
And I will say, I actually do agree with David Wood and Nux. I don't think it is really fair or accurate to say that the God of Islam is the same God as Christianity and Judaism. I would say it is the same God in name, not even in name, but like the same God allegedly, right? There are a number of qualitative differences that don't make sense for them to be categorized as the same God, right? Even from a purely secular perspective, it's like, no, the hadithical, like the hadith itself also give reason to doubt that this is actually the same God as the God of the Christians, but I digress, right? Very few people have issue pointing out that like FLDS and LDS have a different God than Christianity, right? But a lot of people for some reason have a hard time accepting that about Islam.
There's 7K through Zelle transfer all at the same time. This should expose what side people are on.
Oh shit! Everyone wants the guy that wants the destruction of the West deported. That totally shows that the Jews control America.
They sound identical to trillionaires who are allying with Israel. If they sound identical to people like Jigsaw Law Loomer, Mossad agents, are they really America first? Are they really opposing?
The brown clownery is insane. Absolute insanity. Interesting. So everyone thinks I fucking suck? Well, that sounds like a conspiracy to me.
You don't understand. Everyone's conspiring to defeat me particularly, right? Some of my messages don't transfer. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me check. Oh, they're not. That's so... Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Why aren't your messages transferring? That is really bizarre. I thought I turned that off. Okay.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like, I'm driving down a street, and every single other guy on the street is going the other direction. It's the Jews. I'm not possibly driving the wrong way down the street. Thanks for the 500 bits, Reaper. It's like, all right, dude. Okay, all right.
But this does actually kind of, like, this whole skit actually does explain why everyone wants one particular group to blame, right? It's much easier to externalize why things have gone wrong for you if you can blame someone else for it, right? Now, sometimes someone actually does come and ruin your life, right? And that person is partly to blame for how your life was ruined. But oftentimes, it's just, you end up fucking up your own life. Let's see. YouTube playing tricks? Possibly. Oh my nucks, right? But, yeah.
Or some of them controlled opposition. Are some of them getting paid?
You know what's funny is I've always said this fucker is controlled opposition. I've always said this guy and Candace Owens and fucking like Nick Fuentes are controlled opposition. I've been consistent on that particular position. So, granted, there's not a lot of me saying that online per se, because I usually don't talk, because up until recently I kind of try to avoid politics, right, online. But yeah, no, I've had that position pretty fucking consistently, and like Doctor of Insanity and Captain Terror can like vouch for me on that particular issue.
Some of them feds.
All of them are feds because they
Again, everyone I don't like is a Mossad agent or a fed.
want me to get deported. Based. Nick Fuentes says Muslims and cry about Western colonialism and genocide, and then scream that Islam will dominate the world, and gloat about white genocide in the next sentence. They deserve zero sympathy. I'm done. I love how it took Nick Fuentes this long to... Yeah,
Nux is right to crash out about this, because I've been crashing out multiple times about this very issue, right?
This guy's supposed to be like some sort of white supremacist guy, and all of a sudden now he's realizing that Islam is like raping white people to death. That's crazy. You know, Muslims, when they engage in imperialism, Islam will take over the world. This is the will of Allah. Woo! Muslims, when imperialism is done to them, no, the Crusades were a genocide. Islam is religion of peace.
Yeah, it turns out, again, the Quran actually lays out how you're supposed to wage jihad. And it turns out when you have no power, you pretend to be peaceful and just want to live your life. And you want, but when you're strong, then you wage war, right? Just remember that, right? Just remember the peace is a temporary affectation of the Ummah believing that they're not strong enough to fight you just yet.
Every single time. Anyway, Alex Jones goes off on Sneako, calls for him to get deported. This was yesterday. He had a debate with him today, which I'll show you in a minute.
The guy reaches millions of people a day.
Not really.
He is anti-Islam. He's pro-Islam. He is pro-Trump. He's anti-Trump. He's pro-lockdown. He's against the lockdown.
He's also a raging homosexual.
He'll flip-flop from day.
I've heard something about that, but I don't know if that's actually true or if that's just a meme. Like, I have no idea.
Today, whatever group he's with, but here he is in New York.
I mean, to be fair, he was anti-Islam, and then Cuties, you know, the show about...
I forgot about that shit, actually. Like, when he said that unlocked a core memory from back in the day. It's like, oh yeah, he was one of those fuckers.
Sexualizing children. That became his favorite movie of all time, and then he converted to Islam. I'm trying to connect the dots. I can't possibly create some sort of pattern here.
Yeah, it was kind of weird listening to him try to, again, fucking justify Cuties. Is like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It seems like this is a little beyond the pale, right? I don't know if this is the hill you want to die on.
One of the Allah Akbar events where we got a bunch of video chanting, we're taking over Sharia law. He joins in, hops around and screams and says it, but he's not a U.S. citizen.
Unfortunately, he is, but not for long. Not for long. Now, Sneako reacted to this, and he was on the verge.
Now, is he actually a U.S. citizen, or does he have a illegitimate citizenship gained out of false pretenses and false jurisprudence? Right? Because again, we covered in one of the previous videos where I actually got corrected on case law. So no one can say I'm not, no one can say I lack integrity. I'll even post when I'm fucking wrong about something. Constitutionally speaking, like, being born on American soil does not actually make you an American citizen, right? You have to actually be subject to the jurisdiction, to the political jurisdiction thereof, not just the legal jurisdiction. Let's see. Hello, Tanu. Made it. What'd I miss? Sneako acting like a retard. And Alex Jones bugging out to be very funny.
Tears, bro.
About another 4-footer. And I picked up a big limestone, honeycomb limestone rock, and I said, watch this. And I threw it about 15 feet perfectly and splat on the head. And my daughters went, Daddy!
He's doing the citizen vigilante thing. Alex Jones is indirectly calling for people to kill me.
No, he's not. No, he's not. But he has to pretend that way to make himself look like he's a victim, right? See, the thing is, like, people nowadays know that you get victim points, and that victim points actually benefit you, right? They actually get you special liberties and privileges, right? So in this case, again, he's deflecting from. Yeah. Anyway, we all know what's going on. We all saw it. But Sneako is on the verge of tears after Alex Jones calls for his deportation. He's doing the Citizens Vigilante thing. So I actually have something to say about Citizens Vigilante, but I haven't seen the film yet. So from what I have heard about Citizen Vigilante, it might actually have a very interesting theory of justice that actually might warrant some commentary. Because from what I understand, it's not just saying that the people who do the crime in particular are guilty, but there is also guilt on the hands, again, of the people around, not just who facilitate it, but, again, to the people who know about it and approve of it knowing about it, right? Hence the scene with the sister, and the sister, when because I did see that scene out of context where he was interrogating the family, but the point is the entire family knew about it. The entire family is complicit. The entire family is factually guilty of the crime that they're actually punishing. So there's actually some potential interesting commentary that might be had about that. So when I do get around to seeing it, I might have a video on the film, but I actually got to be able to watch it first. Let's see. Tanu says 07 to my fellow pod bros, right?
Oh my god.
But yeah, actually, the reason I thought about that too was because of an actual Justice Warrior video that I might have to do a reaction to, where he was talking specifically about a American Muslim trying to lie about the film and what the film is actually encouraging.
Muslims, we will invade Israel. We will kill the Jews. Muslims, no, it's a genocide. Jews, please stop. Jews, please. The Muslims be like, we will conquer the West. Inshallah, all your women will be subjugated. Inshallah, kill the infidels. No, they're threatening me. He's trying to get people to kill me.
He knows it.
You do realize in Citizen Vigilante they only killed rapists, though, right?
You know it.
See, I'm not entirely sure that that's technically true, because it does look like in the scene that was used in context in that actual Justice Warrior video, that he killed the people who not just did the rape themselves, right, but facilitated the rape, who actually knew about it, but approved of it. It goes significantly further than that, but it's like, I'm not entirely sure I necessarily disagree with that, right? I mean, if you're facilitating a rape, you didn't necessarily commit the rape yourself, but you still need to be punished very severely, right? Because it's still because of your actions that this happened, right? In the case of the daughter in that scene, again, it's like, yeah, she knew about it. She didn't call the cops. She didn't say anything, so she knew about it. And then even when she was put under pressure, she blamed the victim. Like, yeah, no, punish her too, right? I don't disagree with that, right? They're all guilty of heinous crimes, right? So no, absolutely, it sounds to me at the moment like Citizen Vigilante might actually just be objectively correct on some of these issues. But again, I have to watch the film first. That's just my first, basically trailer sense of what I get. P.S. Hope you're end up liking those movies I recommended you. I'll let you know when I get a chance. It's enjoyable. It's bad. It's revenge porn. I suggest you watch it. Fair enough.
His audience knows it.
All know it. Alex Jones is trying to get Sneako killed. Look at him.
They feel
I'm
threatened
not sure if he's supposed to look mad or supposed to cry, so he's just like in between.
by the truth.
I do find it a little hard to read his face.
And against American values, they don't want discourse. They don't want democracy. They don't want free speech.
Define democracy. Because I recently had a video on that exact topic, how democracy does not necessarily mean what you think it means when other people say it, right? And specifically how that term is used in an exoteric distinction by bad actors.
You're literally part of the anti-free speech and anti-democracy religion, okay? Your religion doesn't believe in democracy and free speech.
Yeah, doesn't this guy believe in like fucking blasphemy laws in the United States? Doesn't he believe like instituting blasphemy laws in the United States, which would be a violation of the First Amendment? And what else is there? There's also the fucking like thing with he doesn't like dogs, right? But then again, I mean, who does like dogs in the Muslim community, right? I mean, how else was Muhammad gonna meet his gay lover if it wasn't for that damn dog, right? Or Muhammad's like, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that damn dog.
Like, it's absolute insanity to me when look at them try to twist words. They all do this. They all try to use words as weapons. You don't believe in freedom of speech. Anyway, did you draw a picture of Muhammad? We're gonna kill you now.
You think normally I could throw away 10 feet perfectly, splat the head? You think normally I could throw a rock perfectly and splat the head?
Oh my god. Oh my god. So Sneako, he's been having some
That meddling dog, hello Canuck, right? Can't say prawn in the right order on YouTube. I mean, that's fair. I kind of figured that's why you're what you were saying. That's why I autocorrected it to porn, right? He doesn't like dogs. I'm shocked, right? Not are you shocked as Kaya, right? Let's see. Hello, hello, Canuck.
brown clown cats. It's been pretty great to see.
Elon Musk is an African migrant calling for.
Yeah, everyone thinks that being an American is just a piece of paper. Elon Musk embodies American values without a shadow of a doubt. He's a radical capitalist. He's incredibly successful. He's smart. It's really good that we got him. We poached him from Africa.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If it came down to it, if he had to choose between America and South Africa for like a permanent thing, permanent residence, never be able to go back to one or the other, or in the case of like, hypothetically speaking, in some bizarre hypothetical situation, we go to war with South Africa, right? Which side do you think he's going to pick? He's very obviously going to pick the fucking American side, right? Like, this is basically his home, right? So he is fully committed to the American project. He is naturalized, right? He is an actual American. Whereas an anchor baby like Hassan is not.
All right, well, let's be real. We're doing better than Africa could with him. So, W. Elon.
I don't know, maybe Elon Musk could start Volkstadt, right? When South Africa inevitably collapses from the increasing racial tensions, and we get Rwanda 2, Electric Boogaloo, but in South Africa. I don't want that to happen, but they're kind of moving in that direction. Maybe Volkstadt, could be forged for the Afrikaners by Elon Musk, right?
For me to get deported. I was born in New York City, a couple blocks from where.
Again, now he's a big fan of birthright citizenship, but I was born here, says the Haitian Muslim. I was born here.
I live now.
Being American is just the magic soil that gives me power.
Go. Where are you gonna deport me? I'm born here.
Haiti?
Shame about Rhodesia. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Rhodesia has still not recovered. And it has nothing to do with colonialism bad. It has everything to do with colonialism was the only thing holding that thing together. Let's see. I'd take one Elon Musk over any number of H-1B immigrants. I would agree. I would agree.
This is my country. You can't take me anywhere.
I mean, we can if we want.
Exercising my right to my First Amendment, my right for free speech, my right to practice my religion. The real American position is saying, have free speech, have discourse, have democracy.
Yeah, democracy and discourse is great. You literally support jihad. Okay, you go into New York. You say we're gonna conquer you and have jihad on you, and Islam will enter every house. Sorry, bitch. No. Sorry, bro. I don't care if your cult thinks that that's cool.
Keanu says, did I miss the jank? A little bit, right? Philip says, hold on. Except for the nose, he looks white as F. Yeah. Keanu, oh, not really, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Also, I somehow fused this stream with Rev's vid. I've done that before, too. Right? Where it's like, oh yeah, the page says one thing, but the video is something entirely different, right? Oh, it's something with the UI in YouTube. I don't know exactly what it is. Kenok says, drop him in the sandbox with that scarf on the back of his chair. Yeah. Oh lord, it's sneaky. Yeah. Then glad. But yeah, no. So the funny thing about the First Amendment, right? The First Amendment was written at a time where Americans didn't actually understand Islam, right? Because we had no contact with Muslims. And it was largely a compromise, believe it or not, by the fact that like the different colonies did not actually have the same religion, right? I mean, if you get the chance, you should look up the religious foundations of the 13 colonies of the United States that would become the United States, right? Because they were founded as religious penal colonies, essentially, right? It's like the United Kingdom, Britain didn't want them, and so expelled them to these outer colonies so they wouldn't cause a problem in the mainlands, right? So you had some of these colonies were founded by Quakers, you had some of these colonies were founded by Catholics, some of these colonies were founded by Presbyterians. In fact, if you ever wonder why Maryland is called Maryland, it's because it was founded by a Catholic. It's the land of Mary, right? The land was consecrated in the Virgin Mary's name. So, some of these people were Episcopalians, yada, 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 right? So, the Quakers were the ones that pushed really hard for the First Amendment, saying that all Christians, Jews, and Muslims should be able to worship freely in the United States. And on paper, that sounded good, and it fit with the experiences then and there of the American people, until America actually got independence, and then we had to form a navy because the Muslims wouldn't stop touching our boats, right? And so we had to fight the first Barbary Wars, and it was the first time America kicked the ass of, Mohammedans. We kicked their ass really fucking hard. But so yeah, that's the foundation of our navy. Our navy was founded because Islam wouldn't fucking leave us alone, and so we had to kick back and cut the heads off some pirates, right? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why the First Amendment exists. Is it was initially a compromise between the 13 colonies, which all had different religions, and they didn't want any one of the religions of the colonies to get a hold over the other colonies. So I was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna separate church from state, right, and state from church. That way, the church cannot control the state, but the state also cannot control the church. It was a two-way thing. But yeah, let's see. I don't think any one of them really imagined that Islam would become as big of an issue as it is now, though. Let's see. Kionala says, I think it's because I clicked his video and this stream at the same time on my PC. That could do it. 250 years, they still haven't learned not to touch the boats, right? Right? That's one of the things you definitely shouldn't do.
They don't want it. They're saying that you're threatening to take over and all this stuff. It's not a threat.
That's what you said, literally.
Because the irony is, Christians say the same exact thing. Every knee will bow, every tongue confess.
I love how he thinks that it's the same. I love how he thinks that Christian missionaries being like, hey, you should convert to Christianity for a place in heaven, and Islam raping you is exactly the same thing.
Love that song.
This also drives to my point about religion in general, right? I find it really fucking annoying when someone says, oh yeah, but you have to believe first in order to No, you don't. Nux is not a Christian, and yet he has a decent grasp of many Christian ideas, including some of the deeper theological ideas, right? He doesn't understand all of them, obviously, but no, Nux is a prime example of you don't actually have to believe in something to understand it. It's just one of those pet peeves of mine where it's like, no, I don't have to be a Calvinist to understand Calvinism. Like, there's no magic content in this. Like, I don't need to. There's no magic, act in the act of faith. But yeah. So it's just a little bit of an epistemological pet peeve of mine. I hate fideism. Let's see. Kionel says that's a sign of low IQ when you can't learn from someone else's mistakes. Verily, right? What does that say about the entire Islamic world that doesn't just not learn from each other's mistakes, but their own mistakes, right?
Yeah, Jesus is King is one of my favorite albums. You guys.
Oh my God, the whole Jesus is King is a fucking like Christ is King is a fucking right-wing dog whistles. Like, only dogs can hear dog whistles. Damn it. Every tongue will bow, every knee shall confess is in the Bible. Islam, much like most things, just stole it and changed it a little. Yeah. And see, wow, I wrote that wrong. Fair. I do that all the time too. But and it is a non-equivalence too, because first of all, Christianity actually predicts that the church will almost fail, right? Christianity predicts that the world will become mostly Christian, and then the world will apostatize, mostly fall away from it, and at the edge of extinction, right, when the church is about to fall out of being, then God will come himself to restore the church, and that's when every knee shall bend and every tongue shall confess, right? So it's not even human beings it's not even human beings per se doing that, right? It is the God-man who does that. So it's not at all equivalent to, again, just militarily going around and conquering nations and making slaves and sex slaves out of your victims, right? So, let's see. Tanu says, wait, according to this weird beliefs, would botanists have to be plants or just belief that plants exist? I don't really know. I don't really know how to respond to that. I don't know what you're driving at, Tanu. But I can tell you that the Garkot ain't no snitch. He stands by his crew. He's a shade from the heat when they're coming for you, right? God damn. I love that song, by the way. That parody song is fucking hysterical. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, there's a hadith account which is considered sahih or authentic according to Muslim scholars. Which says that in the final days that the Muslims will hunt the Jews down to the last, and that the Jew will hide behind the stones and the bushes and the trees, and the bushes and the trees will cry out, "Oh, Muslim servant of Allah, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him." But the Garkad won't do that, because the Garkad is the tree of the Jews. So apparently even plants apparently have fucking sides to pick in the whole Islam-Jewish conflict, right? Let's see. Kura corrected himself to every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. I feel like I need to apologize for that. It's fine. It happens to everyone. Kian also says they call themselves dogs. Philip says it underlines cycles. Yep. Let's see. Kura says that one tree ain't no snitch, right?
No, yeah, he's a friend of mine. And I'm trying not to curse the stuff for love, but because there's new.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the whole Christ is King thing. It's like, yeah, do some people mean it that way? Yeah, but guess what? Most people who say it probably don't, right? And if you think that everyone who says it is like that, you are probably the very dog that the dog whistle is meant to signal to. Because, again, only dogs can hear dog whistles.
New eyes, and there's new people paying attention to this right now. You need to know that it's fuck is real. It's fuck is real.
Why?
And so easily they get subverted.
I mean, I don't think we should be Israel first, but why should I say fuck Israel? Why should I say fuck Palestine? Right? Believe it or not, I actually would prefer if Israel and Palestine could coexist, to be perfectly honest. Now, it's a there's a one-way conflict, which is why they can't exist together. Right? Let's be perfectly honest. There's one particular side that keeps fucking agitating the conflict, even when the other side consistently actually tries to move for peace. You can guess which side it is based on some of the stuff we've already said. But that being said, like, I actually would prefer, my position is actually pretty much identical to what the official position of the Vatican City is, which is a two-state solution, where we can actually a two-state solution with a genuine lasting peace. Now, I also understand, unlike a lot of people nowadays, that that's not going to happen if you have Islam, because again, Islam calls for the total genocide of Jewry, But again, a lot of people aren't exactly willing to have that conversation. And when you point that out, even if you can give them exact hadith citations, they're just going to call you a Nazi. Even though, funny enough, they are, they are, siding with people who sided with the Nazis in World War II, which is always funny.
It's free Palestine till the day I die, inshallah. I mean, free Palestine till the day I die. And Israel is occupying our country. It's 2 days since.
What do you mean our country? I thought you were an American. Oh, wait, no, he's saying Zog, my bad. He's saying Zionist occupied government. I've already explained in a previous 5-hour video how, no, it's not Zog. The Israelis aren't occupying your government. You have a bunch of people who sold out your people, or our people, actually, Americans, because they have this crazy religious fixation on causing the end of the world, and they believe that causing chaos with Israel in, like, the Middle East is the way that they're going to herald in the second coming of Christ, right? And that's another thing, right? It's like, yeah, I hate having to reiterate this thing every fucking time. I love his laugh too, right? He's a little annoying sometimes, but his laugh is genuinely infectious.
The 250th anniversary of our country.
The clownery is insane.
And we're not an independent country anymore. We're completely occupied.
We're occupied by Israel. That's why people don't like when we.
Why would Israel have to occupy us if we already have people who literally believe that, just hypothetically speaking, right? Let's grant, for the sake of conversation, right, that the politicians are really Israel first, not America first, right? Why would we even have to assume that the government is occupied by by Mossad, right? Mossad-controlled agents, when we already know that a lot of these people have a belief system that actually works against the good of Israel for their own personal end, for their own personal eschatological end, right? There's no need for control. It's a thing where it's like there's no need for a formal conspiracy when interests converge.
Jihad you to death. Yep.
People need to know this. Publicly saying that he's a trillionaire. They LARP and act like he's a genius, like he's the smartest person ever because he makes a rocket ship. And
This is the brownest, clownest sentence I've ever heard in my entire life. They just believe he's smart because he makes rocket ships? Oh my god, he's actually retarded. I brush my teeth with a stick, okay?
Yeah, it's what... I mean... There's a lot I could say. Here. What about those flies and the poison on the one wing and the cure on the other? How'd that work out, scientifically speaking, for the Quran, right? Oh yeah, what about the speaking of intelligence, right? Where did semen come from? Between the backbones and the ribs, eh? Then why'd you castrate your male slaves? Like, why did the Arabs castrate their male slaves if they believed that semen came from the backbones and the ribs, right? It's also fucking tiresome, right? Like that.
I'm part of a religion that believes that the Earth is the center of the universe.
Don't forget flat, and that there are seven Earths layered on top of each other and 7 heavens, right?
It's a geocentric solar system. Okay, all right. I'm part of a religion
And that the sun sets in a pool of muddy water.
that believes that semen comes from the ribs. All right. How dare you insult me? How dare you? I have given you science, wisdom.
Yeah. It's just very, again, this guy is talking like a fucking communist, right? It's like the hatred for people who are actually successful, right? Who are actually doing things to serve the community by actually like accomplishing a mutual self-interest, right?
What are you?
9 circles of hell. Yeah.
Rocket ships? Oh my god. Anyway, this is Sneako, a man with Western values. Man, he has such Western values, it's crazy. I love how Western his values are.
Fuck your dog. Fuck your dog. Keep your dog home. I don't care. It's not cute. I don't want to pet it. I don't want to touch your dog. Dogs are haram for a reason, and this was a sign from Allah.
Yeah, some of the things that, again, Islam does to dogs when they get power over a country is kind of heartbreaking. Including, pulling dogs off of little old ladies and then beating the dogs to death, in front of said ladies. Beloved family pets kind of deal. Including, like, poisoning, dogs just out of spite. The hatred of dogs is, in Islam, is pretty deeply ingrained. And you have to remember, the reason Islam hates dogs is because, again, a dog kept interfering with Muhammad, having gay meetups with his gay lover. The guy's name is Dia Al-Kalbi, by the way, if you want to look it up.
I love how he's like, I am just as American as you. We should just debate each other and have civil democracy. We will force you to keep your dog in shackles.
I mean, to be fair, there have been proposals in Muslim areas with large Muslim populations in the United States to have laws restricting dogs, dog ownership, and how you can take your dog outside. Islam must be ended? Yes, I agree. I would agree that we need to bring about the end of Islam by accelerating the collapse of Islam globally. And the way that you do this is, since Islam predicts that that it will, without detriment, without regression, by the way, that it will continue that it will continue a successful rise to dominate the earth. We just keep humiliating them by just beating them in every facet. That's literally just all you have to do. This is a problem that will solve itself over time. Every Muslim country that has actually been surveyed anonymously has shown that there's a huge wave of apostasy among the common folk. Now, they can't say it out loud in many of these places because, you get fucking killed for apostasy there. But yeah, no, places like Iran, places like Egypt, places again, a lot of these places that have large Muslim populations, it turns out a lot of them are quietly leaving Islam. And even in Western countries, a lot of the grandchildren of Muslim immigrants are leaving Islam too. So again, this is a problem that if we can survive and keep our own national integrity, it will solve itself. Let's see. Nux is the ultimate troll. Absolutely. No wonder ribs taste so good. It has its own sauce. God damn it. Let's see.
It all over my fucking rug.
Man, this guy's incredible. He's incredible. He's just amazing. And every clip that comes out of this guy just digs his pit deeper. It's awesome. I love it.
Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. The whole world can accept the truth. The whole world can go to heaven. God willing.
Yeah, anyway, bro, it's not good. So
anyone wants to say, one of the things that if people can actually hammer this down, might get women to stop converting to Islam. The fact that heaven for a man in Islam is very different than heaven for a woman in Islam. If you're a woman, heaven for you in Islam is to be eternally cucked. Right? You get to sit in the cuck chair and basically watch as your husband has his at minimum 72 virgins. By the way, it's a minimum, not a maximum. Some hadiths say up to 70,000 or some even higher. So, and by the way, those Cuties, the Arabic word used to describe their breasts is budding. So we're not talking adult women. You get cucked by a husband who is let's just say a pedophile, let's just say, right? It's not exactly a good experience. It's probably not exactly what you want in an afterlife. I don't imagine most women would be into being cucked for all of eternity, but, that's just me. Maybe I don't understand the female mind. Let's see. Philip says, if I ask the web about the relation between Islam and dogs, I get platitudes. Yeah, but hold on. Try asking Grok, because here's the thing. If you ask, because I've noticed this, when I use regular search engines, I will get oftentimes either not the answer that's correct, or I will get some answer that's either filtered through something, right? But if I ask Grok to get me a source, it will actually grab me a source. And I'll use an example from Tarzan, right? Because I like conlangs, so I look up conlangs all the time, right? And I found two dictionaries on the Mangani language. Mangani is the language of the great apes in the Tarzan novels, right? Because there is an actual language of the great apes in the Tarzan novels. It can actually be analyzed. It actually has an actual coherent grammar, syntax, and meaningful units. And I remembered that there was a word for God in one of the Tarzan stories. I couldn't remember where the fuck I could find it, right? And I asked in a Tarzan community online, does anyone know what the great ape word for God is in Mangani? No one knew. These are people who like huge fans of Tarzan. Not a single fucking person knew. I would type it in Google, in Bing, in Yahoo. Not a single person, not a single search result actually, you know, would actually pull it up. I asked Grok, what is the Mangani word for God? In 2 minutes, Grok got me the answer and even gave me the citation. I went and I read the entire site. I read the citation, the exact short story that it came from, and yep, at the very end of the short story, it was right there. Grok had gave me the right answer. Now that's why I said make sure it gives you a source. That way you can double check the answer. But again, that's why Grok is actually so useful. It's useful as a search engine, not as a research compiler. Because as a search engine, it's very fucking good. Right? Again, I went to several communities trying to find this one answer, and I couldn't find it. And I actually forgot that there was an actual Tarzan short story called The God of Tarzan or something like that, which is actually where you can find the word there. If I had remembered that story title existed, I would have just gone there at first, but no one else seemed to have fucking remembered that story existed either. So it's like, yeah, Grok found in 2 minutes what an entire community of Tarzan fans couldn't remember. So let's see. Kura says 72 virgins never explicitly said female, did it? Just a bunch of ugly Reddit mods. Well, I mean, to be fair, it seems Bachabazi might also be in Jannah too, according to some hadiths. So again, make of that what you will. Kenok says Grok don't give a fuck, right? Kenok says Grok is based.
Anyway, he decided to start getting people like Dan Blazarian on his stream to be like, oh, actually, Christians are much worse because Christians have prostitution and theft. Because Christian countries, yeah, those aren't religious people. Like, the obvious difference is a cartel guy that's a Christian is not following the laws of Christianity.
And again, this is one of those things, again, because not all, there's this, the false belief of perennialism is very obviously false, whether or not you're Christian, Jewish, atheist, or like Muslim, because the idea that like all religions teach the same thing is just wild. It's just obvious mystical mumbo jumbo that doesn't actually touch on any kind of reality, right? All you have to do is just like read the Vedas and then read the Upanishads and then read the Quran and read the Hadith to see that these are wildly incompatible. They do not teach the same thing. Again, all you have to do is read the Talmud and then read the Greek New Testament and see that no, these are two wildly different religions, right? They are not the same. All you have to do is actually read the Shinten, you know, the Kojiki, the Nihon Shoki, all that kind of stuff, and then read even, for example, the Tripitaka, so the Pali Canon of Buddhism, and you'll find out, no, these are actually very different religions. Turns out, not all religions teach the same thing. In fact, many of them teach very different things, right? That's why they're different religions, honestly. So, yeah, no, they're not the same, and yeah, I have seen Sneako do the moral inversion where he makes the evil good and the good evil, oftentimes by, again, lying or misrepresenting the facts of the situation.
A Muslim that blows himself up and takes people with him is following the laws of Islam.
Yep.
That's an obvious difference, like an incredibly obvious difference, and he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop, and he's trying
in the
so
world.
hard.
Top 6 all Christian except for Yakuza. That's
Japan.
Non-religious.
Right, Yakuza non-religious, but cartel Christian. Like, bro, yeah, that's a
I wouldn't say Yakuza's non-religious. There's still Shinto undertones in Yakuza, but
totally fair way to calculate everything. It really, wow, insane how that works. Now, Alex Jones apparently annihilated Sneako in a debate. It was the funniest shit on the internet. I didn't see this yesterday because this just came out. Inshallah, you find out because you already fucked around. Oy vey, can you use a new cash infusion in your life?
I'm looking for a post I saw earlier that would be really useful right now. But I've been on a bit on a liking spree on Twitch for a bit, so it might take me a bit.
Playing a game, sitting on the toilet, make a couple bucks with Cash Kick, listening to a Nux video on the
Found it. And again, there's a whole thing of like, even whether or not you actually love your kids is not taught the same by each religion, right? So let's go here. So again, the Japanese seem to be on a the Japanese seem to be getting sick of Islam. So this is an interaction from yesterday. Just Haruka Suzumori says, have some pork and go away to this fucking LARPer. Who, by the way, I think this guy is actually a LARPer. I don't think he's an actual Muslim. I think he's actually just taking the piss out of people. But that's just based on his post history. And Nomad actually makes a good point. In Islam, they don't love their own kids. Many such cases. And love, it kind of depends, right? Like, so it kind of depends. From our perspective, it's definitely not love, right? Because we don't think that this is in the best interest of the child. From someone who's a true believer in Islam, though, who believes that the only assurance to heaven, right, is martyrdom in the cause of Allah, then this actually would be an act of love, right? But this is only possible to be love under such a distorted viewpoint that you genuinely believe that this will get him, again, straight ticket into heaven. Otherwise, this is absolutely hateful to your own children. So let's look at this. Imagine strapping an 8-kilo explosive vest on your 14-year-old son, promising him Islamic paradise for bravery blowing up Jews. Then you watch IDF soldiers spot the threat, clear civilians, and calmly talk the boy into letting the bomb squad remove it, because jail is better than death. Now imagine his family is having the audacity to launch a global campaign, outraged that the evil Jewish supremacists imprisoned their sweet boy under apartheid. You don't have to imagine it. This is the Israeli experience, with far too many variations of it happening to absurd degrees. Palestinian youth Hussam Abdo, a would-be suicide bomber, stares at journalists as Israeli soldiers present him to the media following his arrest at Hawara checkpoint near the northern West Bank city of Nablus. Sappers later detonated the bomb under the jacket. So, yeah, his family absolutely offered him up as a sacrifice to their own political cause, with the self-justification that, oh, he'll get rewarded. He'll get his 72 virgins in heaven, right? He'll get all the carnal pleasures that he could possibly want. I don't think this kid really wanted that. I think this kid actually just wanted to live. Let's be fair. Those IDF soldiers, unironically, showed this kid more love and compassion than his own family did, sending him into war. Let that sink in. And this happens more often than people like to think, right? You don't have to believe Israel is actually, like, perfect. Obviously, Israel's not perfect. But Israel is not fucking, like, again, Nazi Germany. That's also a wild mischaracterization of the facts of the situation. Anyway, let's get back to here.
State of society, download Cash Cake. Are you black-pilled? Well, get rich.
Let's
Use
see.
Cash Cake. Are you red-pilled?
Nico looks like he's reading a script. That would be so funny if that actually turns out to be the case.
You want to make a difference? Well, Cash Infusion helps.
Setting each other's temples on fire.
Link in the
Yeah.
description. You can play a game
Let's see. Nomad liked my comment on that post.
By playing video games and just clicking the.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, right? Actually, that's a good point. I didn't even think to bring this up. Like, Sneako's appealing to the fucking freedom of religion thing, right? But it's like, oh yeah, Europe lets in a bunch of Muslim immigration, right? And then all of a sudden, the churches start catching on fire. There couldn't possibly be any connection there, right? You need more data points. Japan starts letting larger numbers of Muslims in, right? And the Shinto shrines end up catching on fire. I think some of the Buddhist temples caught on fire too, right? It's like, oh, well, that's not enough data points to, and you know, interestingly enough, now in certain areas with larger Muslim populations, in America are catching on fire. There seems to be a common denominator on why churches keep catching on fire. It must be global warming. Those damn carbon emissions.
Link in the description alone helps support me. I know that
Japanese are so racist.
Because the truth does not come for free. So you could.
I mean, I hope so, right? Would we? Look, man, I want to marry a racist Japanese wife, right? I'm kidding.
Help literally for free.
Must
By
be true,
downloading
right?
Cash Cake, making an account, and that can be done for free, and I literally get paid for it. I get paid for free. You get paid for free. Doesn't get any more Jewish than that. Your support is incredibly appreciated and honestly necessary. Back to the video.
Our country.
Yeah, so like if you find any kind, I mean, obviously most of the people I'm talking to right now are Nux fans, but if anyone stumbles upon this and isn't watching Nux, sometimes that kind of stuff happens in like the comment section, or just the viewer count that decides to be like non-interactive. If you like Nux and you want him to continue, I would suggest supporting him if you can, because he still apparently got some money being held hostage from YouTube, right? So he's not even getting his entire due that he's supposed to get from YouTube, because apparently YouTube can just do that. They can just, again, decide to hold on to your money if they don't like you.
Is dominated by Jewish.
I'm a Christian American nationalist, and white people are demonized by the left, by the Red Green Alliance, by Israel and everybody, and I'm sick of it. White people are 7% of the world population. Anglo-Saxons are like 2%.
There's no point in just preaching.
I am sick of being run over.
Okay.
And everybody that's declared war on us, I'm saying, okay then.
You think I declared war on you?
And you want to declare
You think
war?
I declared war?
Israel. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Chicom. I don't care who you are. You want to fight? You fucking got one.
Okay, so your
fucking games are over.
You want a war? You want a crusade? Now
don't worry. You're gonna get one, pal.
You're gonna then well done. It's the hands of the Jewish supremacists control.
The Jews got you. Oh, you want to kick Muslims out of your country because they keep raping you and subverting you and pushing communism and importing infinite people. The Jews got you. You fell for the Jews. This is literally his entire worldview. His entire worldview is, we are going to rape you to death, and if you scream, we're just going to say that you were manipulated by the Jews.
In our country.
Yep.
Well done.
No.
That's what Elon Musk wants you to do.
It's going to be cultural, so you can sit over there and fuck your daughter. And you can sit over there and
You're chimping out now.
Fuck.
You're chimping out.
My God.
To be fair, Alex Jones is funny when he chips out.
Little boys,
You're chipping out.
we want your shit out of here.
The predominant pedophile demographic in Europe, I told you, was white guys.
Bullshit.
So again, I think he's going to bring it up, so I'm going to let him bring that up. But again, let's just look at everything Alex Jones said. And luckily, it's quoted right here, right? So you can sit over there and fuck your daughters, marry 7-year-olds. Okay, so father-daughter relations are haram in Islam, right? But let's just say there's not a lot of. Let's just say that again, when a woman is the subject of sexual assault in Islam, it's her. She herself is the one at fault, not actually the man who has done this to her, right? Then you have, for example, married 7-year-olds. Again, Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6. The only reason he didn't actually consummate the marriage was because she got so sick everyone thought she was going to die. Right? So, yeah. And in fact, actually in Shia Islam, there have been many people, imams in Shia Islam, saying there's not actually any age of consent in Islam. So you can just crack open the books of Ayatollah Khomeini and say, yes, and talking about, and I can't talk about this because literally last time I brought this up, I got fucking YouTube video, not just demonetized, because I don't have demonetization. I got it actually nuked off of YouTube for bringing it up, right? But let's just say, how can I say this? Let's just say there's no lower bound in Shia Islam for how young for how young a person can be prostituted out. Let's put it that way, right? If you want to actually hear the precise citation I gave, because I actually have a textual citation of that exact teaching from Ayatollah Khomeini, you can go watch it on Odyssey. But you can't watch it on YouTube because I got an actual, not just, I didn't just get that thing nuked off of YouTube. I got a fucking child safety guideline strike. And I'm like, that shit was fucking behind an age wall already. What the fuck do you want about, right? Anyway, and fuck little boys. He's talking about bachabazi, yeah. Let's see. We want your shit out of here. Yeah. Again, it's fine. I'm so glad that people are actually starting to get shit about, not shit. Tired of this, because I've been telling people it's like, no, you cannot coexist with Islam in the same space. It's just not how it works. All you have to do is crack open a Quran and crack open the Hadith and actually read it, and you'll see it. And people aren't doing that, but they're catching on at least.
Doesn't believe in pure capita. Per capita is not real.
It's not.
He started posting on Rumble now. Good on him. Yeah, exactly, right? Let's see. Alex Jones has a good singing voice. You know what? That's fair.
100,000 girls groomed by the Islamics.
250,000 was the estimated number. You just doubled
Bro, he's talking about Europe. That was just in England.
it, and that's completely conflated.
It's 500,000 now. They had it in Parliament. And here's the other thing.
500,000 estimated. You even look at the report.
We know Keir Starmer protected him. We know the British leadership are a bunch of pedophiles. I've never...
And here's the thing. Alex Jones is absolutely right about this, right? No matter what foreign operative you think is trying to destroy your particular country, right? Guess what? They couldn't do it without your own people joining in to destroy you. right? So no matter what conspiracy theory you come up with, like, again, your own people betray you, right?
I exposed that 30 years ago.
God damn, bro's just fiery on his ass. That's crazy. Holy shit.
Exposed it 30 years ago. Another coin in the
Saying ban Islam.
I
fucking.
heard you and Laura Loomer.
Oh god, there's another one.
Laura Loomer might be dating soon.
There's no way you're even a serious person. Like, did you? Would you?
Oh, I'm not a serious
Oh god.
person.
You do it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Look, I don't know if Lord Loomer's... That has aura. That has aura. Become Muslim. Abdul Alex Jones.
He's fucking idiot. He doesn't even know what Abdul means.
Inshallah, Alex Jones is Muslim.
Will you wear the burqa again? I saw you in that latest video where you're like wearing it like a woman.
It's a scarf. I'm talking about the
We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so good. Gonna stab your daughter at the mall. Woo. Gonna stab your son, your wife.
Yeah.
And then the police chief is good.
Again, people are just fucking tired of this, and thankfully, people are getting tired of it. But I don't know how. It's going to be a hell of an upward fight.
Say, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet.
I don't know. It looks like Sneako might just be demoralized at this point.
You don't hate me.
The infinite clownery followed up by immediate cope. It's incredible. It's incredible, bro. He doesn't stop. He rampaged this guy. It's the craziest thing ever.
The manifesto, they're Mexican white nationalist cat boys. So okay.
Well, I mean, does Alex Jones really hate Sneako, or does he just want him out of the fucking country? Right? Those are two different statements, right? Like, objectively speaking, you can hate. So you can. Hatred is the willing the worst of someone else, right? Like, if you want someone to go to hell, that's hatred. But it's like, if you just want someone to get out of the country because, like, you're damaging the country that they're, that they call home, and you don't belong there, that's not hatred. That's actually just acting in favor of justice, right?
Durga Muhammad Jihad.
Oh, it's stuff like that is.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says, and then stab you in the back.
The Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a
I
Shia?
love how he's treating him like a low IQ retard, exactly like he deserves. Like, what, you want to have an intellectual conversation with this moron?
With you, and we take
Sneaky just chose the only name from Arabic he could think of. Yeah, exactly, right? The funny thing is, Abdul means, so Abd means slave, right? The ul part is servant. So Abdullah means slave of Allah, right? It's Ilah, but we all know what it means. And yes, there's a number of different compounds where Abdul is used in outside of Abdullah, right? But long story short, yeah, that's exactly what happened in a lot of the Muslim world that didn't speak Arabic. They found a number of these people that invaded had compound names with Abdul in there, didn't know what it meant, assumed Abdul on its own was a part of a name, was a name, right? Just like you might assume it like a middle name in like the English language, right? Instead of a last name or a first name. And so they just adopted it as a given name. So there's a lot of people walking around with this name is just literally slave of, and then there's nothing attached to it. So, but yeah, it's like Abdul Alex Jones would be literally slave of Alex Jones. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? This guy's a retard. Philip says the best attack on a guy like Sneako is making fun of him. Oh yeah, obviously. It's a moral injury at that point. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. That's the best way to attack him.
And cut our heads, and for 8 hours I just marching like
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland in my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that?
Notice the whole drinking blood thing is like a recurring thing for like anti-Christian polemics, right? It's the thing the Romans would say, and by the way, like ancient Jews said about the Christians to demonize them when they were like smaller and not powerful. It's like, oh yeah, these are cannibals. They eat human flesh and drink human blood, which is a parody of the doctrine of the Eucharist, right? The priest consecrates the mass, consecrates the bread and the wine, and the bread and the wine become the body and blood of Christ under the guise, or literally the appearance, of bread and wine, right? So yeah, engaging in anti-Christian polemics, which I guess, you know, it's tit for tat, right? Alex Jones is clearly doing that against, you know, anti-Muslim polemics, and he's doing anti-Christian polemics, but not exactly making the case for him again that it's like, yeah, Christianity and Islam are actually compatible, right? Low IQs don't understand symbolism. Well, the ancient church thought it was literal, right? That it literally was the body and blood of Christ. But that being said, it's not really relevant because, again, it's not because it's okay. So it's not the same because obviously in this particular case, it's not cannibalism in that, yes, it is human blood and human flesh. That's true. But it is also divine blood and divine flesh, right? Christ is supposed to be the paschal lamb. Now, if you know anything about the paschal sacrifice is actually not complete until the paschal lamb itself is actually consumed, right? And in the case of, again, cannibalism, a man's life is taken, you know, stolen, so that, again, given to someone else. In the case of the Eucharist, it's actually the opposite, since the God-man is the source of life itself, right? It is life itself giving his blood and flesh to you to eat so that you can partake in the same kind of life that he himself, you know, is. And in fact, the first person to receive Eucharist, according to Catholic and Orthodox doctrine, is actually the Virgin Mary. Because if you know anything about pregnancy, obviously you have the placenta, which feeds blood back from the mother and the child, right? So the first person who would have had the blood of God running through their veins would have literally been the Virgin Mary, right? Because literally the divine blood, you know, the blood of her son, who is God, according to Christian doctrine, would have been passed through both her body and his through the placenta. And also, we know about microchimerism, where, again, through the placenta, interface, where cells from the child and mother actually get transplanted between each other, right? And in that case, yeah, literally the flesh of God would have been traded with, would have actually been given to the mother of God as well. She would have been the first person to partake in the body and blood of Christ. So, just really interesting factoid there, right? But yeah, there is a substantial difference between, again, the Eucharist and cannibalism in general.
Minority to demonize 2 billion people.
I love how his example of an evil Christian is Erica Kirk, whose husband was murdered in front of her. Do you just understand what we're dealing with?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky.
Again, this is such a fucking funny, like, reaction is, what the fuck is this concept, right? It's like, he's hearing this and his first fucking reaction is just Allah, it is to fucking Allahu snack bar, right? Aloha snack bar, just like screaming. I'm like, are you kidding me? What cartoonish clownery is this, right? I've never seen a conversation, right, where it's like a Christian is getting just dressed down and then they just scream Deus Vult, right? Never fucking seen it, right? I've seen maybe getting dressed down and then they pray for the guy, right? But I've never seen someone like get dressed down in a Christian context and then just scream scream Deus Vult or some other fucking variation of that. But this guy over here, again, he's getting verbally dressed down, and instead of like praying for the guy or just like taking it in stride, because let's be fair, this, right? You can just take it on the you can just take insults on the chin. He just starts screaming Allahu Akbar, right?
Nico,
Allahu Akbar!
you don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport
You
me?
gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes
knocked
you
down.
think you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm
I
coming.
know. Then tell me.
Coming.
I'm coming. Durka Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The women. The
Takbir!
slavery. The slavery that we take the women.
This was supposed to be a debate, by the way.
The sex slave.
Yeah, this was never going to be a real debate. This was always going to be a bit of a shit slinging contest. To be fair, it was it looks like it's going to be funny. I'm going to listen to this while at work tomorrow. But oh my god, this is just going to be a clusterfuck. I can already tell.
And inshallah, inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
The fucking bug out that he does. It's the classic fucking Alex Jones bug out where he just like makes the most insane face he can that's completely unreadable just for the fucking skit. Oh my god, this kind of reminds me of classic Alex Jones when it's like the whole skit he made where he was possessed by the spirit of Hillary Clinton, right? Oh my god. Fucking classic line. He's like, I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, again, that was a genius move for Alex Jones right there to just like completely take Sneako off guard. Oh my god. Philip says, especially since Alex is clearly clowning. Yeah. You're gonna die at work? Possibly.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you were the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad Abraham say. You are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown and marry cousin. Bye, Sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
I'll see you tomorrow.
stop killing.
His sneaky Sneako snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Yeah, he just got fucking. It looks like he just got fucking roasted for like an hour and 50 minutes straight, and I'm like, I don't know if I can work under that. I might actually just like, I might actually just crease in half. To be perfectly honest, my forehead may meet the disc.
Oh my! I don't know, man. You see, the major issue with Western civilization is that all debates aren't like this. This might have been Alex Jones at his absolute peak, fighting for justice. Holy shit.
Now look, I actually enjoy listening to dry academic debates, right? I know it's not everyone's thing. I actually don't usually like listening to more clownish debates. Like, I get the appeal, I just don't, I don't enjoy them usually. This looks like something I might actually enjoy.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, Sneako keeps crying about how, Donald Trump points out that this is a kindergarten in Minnesota, just a bunch of children in hijabs. Sneako somehow tries to make this like, oh, casualties in a war is, you hate Muslim children. No, you know why they dress them in hijabs? It's because otherwise they'll rape them. They won't control themselves. I'm really glad.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, again, Muhammad and the 6-year-old, right? Hold on, I gotta check. No, you know what? Fuck it. I can leave the math on. I can leave the math for the time being. But again, Nux isn't wrong.
Sneako decided he wanted to start his stream by watching Muslim army marching and wearing suits. Again, this is the gayest fucking guy on the fucking planet. It's unbelievable. It's crazy to see. Now, one of the biggest twists ever.
Huh, this page doesn't exist. I wonder why, right? Kenux says, there's a real knee slapper, I tell you what. Yep. Kenux says, it's hard not to enjoy Alex Jones when he's clowning on others. Oh yeah, he's good at that.
Ever. No one saw this coming. Is that Argentina eliminated Egypt from the World Cup. All right, so no one saw this coming. That was a joke. Obviously, Argentina is awesome. I'm rooting for them. Go Argentina! Take it away! If it couldn't be us, if it couldn't be the U.S., I'm rooting for you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, obliterated Egypt from the World Cup. Just annihilated them, nuked them in a fantastic episode of Goy Balls D. I literally don't know about soccer. But the funniest.
I'm be honest. I'm not. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Okay. Well. Okay. That took me off guard. Holy fuck. What okay.
The thing is, the retards do.
I had something to say. I don't remember what it is now.
What happened, Allah? It seems Messi wanted it. Yeah, sorry, bro. So Sneako freaks out, obviously. He calls Messi the Netanyahu of football. Most normal guy.
So he's gonna say Alex Jones is chimping out, but here he is chimping out over a fucking game.
They took it away?
Mossad Messi strikes again. Mossad Messi strikes again. Messi is the Netanyahu of football.
What the fuck does that, again, magical thinking, what the fuck does that even mean? It just basically means, like, again, I didn't get my way. Every time I don't get my way, it's Israel's fault, right? Can you see why I don't really take these people seriously? Now, I take them seriously in the threat that they pose to our culture, and, like, which includes the religion of the West, but at the same time, our philosophy and our science and our technology, and again, just our people in general. And anyone who actually comes and even integrates into society and becomes culturally a part of us, right? Like, this guy's a threat to, like, literally all of that, right? Like, he again, like, Leaflet's an American. Nux is an American. This motherfucker is just... I don't remember where the fuck this guy comes from, but he's definitely not an American. But, oh my god. This fucking ridiculous.
You mean he wins? Sorry, I don't want to be that guy.
Okay, that's funny. I didn't even... Okay.
You mean he wins? You mean he destroys Muslims? Damn, that's crazy, brother. That's insane. No one saw that one coming. Anyway, this was Sneako's reaction after Argentina scored the winning goal over Egypt.
Wide ball. Great ball out wide. Oh, it crosses in.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
Get off me.
Oh! Oh my god! No! Look, he's crying.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna fucking, like, hold it against a guy for being emotionally invested in a sport, to be perfectly honest, right? I've seen it happen. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard not to clown on the guy when he's being as odious as he is, right? Normally, I wouldn't do it, but it's like, I mean, there comes a certain point where it's like your character itself deserves to be clowned on. Like, again, how do you turn this into an Israel issue?
He's the most performative, larpiest retard of all time. It's insane. Now, understand, he was a massive fan of Messi a little ago, but now...
I'm just gonna point out, and I just noticed this guy on the right has, like, the flattest, like, crown I've ever seen.
Because of the legends of LARP, he has decided to take the other side. It's incredible. It really is. So anyway, real question, is Sneako schizophrenic?
It's because Netanyahu made Messi kiss the wall. It's because he kissed the wall. It's because
Yep, I'm sure that's why he won, because he kissed the wall.
He's literally saying, it's like, yes, Allah took the victory away because Messi kissed the wall, right? Again, total magical thinking. There's nothing actually has anything to do with any alleged, like, there's no cause and effect relationship there. But it doesn't really matter from a rational, from, like, his perspective, because he's not a rationalist. He's a fucking magical thing. He thinks magically. Let's see, people act weird over soccer. That is fair. There is a difference, right, between, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, there seems to be a difference between, like, how people, like, react to soccer versus, like, football, basketball, hockey, fucking rugby, and, like, most of these other, I mean, we can obviously leave off golf, right? But, like, in general, like, these, like, these sports involving ball, right? There does seem to be more extreme reactions to, like, when soccer doesn't go their way. Is that just me, like, is that my brain, like, making patterns where they don't exist? Or is that, like, an actual thing other people have observed? Because I'm genuinely curious. This is a thing I've been thinking about for a little bit, and I just haven't had the opportunity to ask anyone. Let's see, Keanu says, ain't that a sign of inbreeding? Lack of self-control, that is one thing that can happen from inbreeding.
Wall, right? FIFA.
And, like, lower intelligence, which does often involve magical thinking, yeah.
Is a Zionist enterprise. Now, this is the new narrative. The new narrative is that the World Cup is controlled by the Jews.
The Kabbalists did their secret magical Cabal stuff, and suddenly, Egypt loses the soccer game. What the fuck are we doing here?
guy's incredible. This guy is absolutely incredible.
It's always
This
been a
is
thing in
level
Europe.
of mind rape
Fair
I
enough.
have never seen before. Egyptians, you can avenge this injustice at the World Cup by invading Israel.
Of course it's this retard. Of course it's this child marriage supporter.
What, so that more Muslims could lose, so that you could scream genocide? Like, what are we doing here? Like, and it's so often, it's every single time. These guys suck, man. It's unbelievable. Argentina
It's funny how many of these like tweets got taken down, right? We can see. It's like, oh yeah, this page doesn't exist. Oh, let's go to the next tab, right?
did 9/11, says Sneako. Mamdani is freaking out also. It's almost like their allegiance is with the giant Muslim world and not.
Want to talk about another false American, right? Here we have Mamdani, right? Fucking perfect example of the Red-Green Alliance.
Actually with any of their actual countries.
Left for me to hit this goal. Now, if you take the bus to work, that.
Philip says, would you say Americans are more contained reaction-wise in sports? Well, at least in Texas they are. Then again, in Texas we have guns, right? So, it wouldn't exactly be advisable to riot in the middle of in the middle of a neighborhood that, or a business center in Texas, because you might get your ass shot, and I don't think anyone wants that. Otherwise, in California, I don't know. I don't really keep up with California, so it may be a state-by-state thing, too. Yeah, as far as, like, in Texas, yeah, it's a lot more reserved.
Adds up fast. Within 6 months, you will have spent 24 fewer hours on the bus.
Yeah, I saw this part. This speech. This guy's a fucking retard. He doesn't understand that this actually would bog down the bus.
By the time a year rolls around, you'll have saved more than 2 days of commuting time.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not actually how it works. Making it free makes it more packed, making it slower. So he's just lying here. But anyway.
Also, it makes it more expensive because now you have to pay it from your taxes. The fucking bus unions are going to continually want more and more pay for less and less work. But then it's going to take forever for any of the buses to get fixed because now they're a government bureaucratic engine. So yeah, no, this is just going to make everything worse.
That means breakfast with your family. It means having the time to argue balls and strikes at your kid's Little League game. It means getting home for bedtime. It means agreeing with your friends that Egypt were robbed yesterday.
Why do you care about what happened to another country's... What the fuck is going on here? Like, I know what's going on here. He has more of an allegiance to the Ummah than he does to the United States, but...
Do you understand how unbelievably hilarious it is that all these people need to come together and support the Muslim country that got obliterated, Argentina? Like, do you understand how pathetic and gay this whole thing is? Celebrating Messi's goal. All right, here you got, the IDF is making, like, I can't believe this is real. The IDF, the Israeli military, is making, like, gay... counter retard videos celebrating soccer. I don't think any of these people give a shit, but they're just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, if this is a troll, this is a brilliant troll, to be perfectly honest. The Euros pastime is drinking a lot from a young age. Well, maybe that would explain why a lot of Euros, for some reason, don't understand that, like, spraying your fan actually makes the room hotter.
To make fun of the retards that are saying that the Jews control the football league or something. It's insane. The Western Wall and its wonders keeps winning. Remember the last time Egypt went up against the Western Wall? Listen, man, I find it very fitting that the Egypt soccer team prayed to Allah after going up 2-0, and then Argentina followed up with 3 goals in 15 minutes.
Okay, that's fucking funny. Holy shit.
Islam loses again.
Mamdani is like sand and a cooch to my ears. Ooh, that's one hell of an image. But yes, I would agree.
There it is, baby. It just doesn't stop. Sorry, man. The Jews control soccer now, I guess, as well. Dude.
So Sneako, this moron, is saying that, again, this goes to my point about magical thinking, right? Says that, like, okay, so the fucking president of Egypt kissed the Western Wall, right? And then we see the fucking, what I assume to be the president of Argentina, fucking doing the wall thing, right? And then Argentina wins. So it's like, it seems like the wall is not a factor at all here, right? Like, even if we were going to give that maybe to this magic power to this magical wall, right? It doesn't really matter because both sides fucking kiss the wall. So what the fuck are we doing here? Right?
The Sneako people people are like actually fucking retarded and they suck. And it's honestly hilarious. Durga Durga, Muhammad Jihad. This video is sponsored by you brave heterosexuals out there. Because my channels are fully demonetized by YouTube because they have an aversion and allergy to honesty. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon. It's linked in my description. And it is literally my source of income right now. I post exclusive content there like Adventure Time analyses and other things that you request. I am also uploading videos
God,
to
Usopp.
Rumble, uncensored, and I stream almost every day on Kick. Subscribe so we can surpass Ben Shapiro and become top Jew.
Oh my god, the fight between Ben Shapiro and Nux for chief rabbinate of the United States is going to be absolutely funny. But I'm going to stop this right here. I know it's a shorter stream, but I am just coming off of being sick. I don't think I can really explain how bad off I was. I slept the vast majority of Sunday. Right? There was a reason I didn't exactly stream on Sunday. It's because I was down for the count, right? And even on Monday, I got up and I went to work, but I was like, I had to take pain meds in order to actually function properly, because it was like I had a splitting headache and I literally could not think. So and I'm still stiff all over, and I'm still sore, but you know, and it is you know, there is allergens in the air, so my throat is kind of raw right now. But yeah, I will cover the Erica Kirk situation in relatively decent detail tomorrow. So just a heads up of what's going on with that. And for a preview of that, I will just let y'all see, to give y'all a sense of what my opinion on this whole thing is, right? Let me remind everyone of Exodus 22 through 24, where God says, and I quote, "You shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If you afflict them in any way, and they cry at all to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless." Because I don't think people really are. I don't think people are really treating the whole situation with the defamation of Erica Kirk with the severity it actually deserves, because it's kind of sick and depraved to, without any kind of real evidence, accuse someone of, again, killing their spouse in the first place, right? Let alone, you know, obviously. So, yeah, I find it extremely detestable. And I have a couple videos where they go over this, so it's going to be a decently long video. Okay, hold on, let me see. It's the overlay encoder. I don't need that. If I can remember how to do this. Okay, yeah, because that doesn't actually exit the stream. I can go here. Ah, shit, I forgot to stop the recording.